Today's topic is about color theory terminology, color systems, additive and subtractive. There are two primary color systems, methods by which color is reproduced, additive and subtractive, also known as reflective. We use both on a daily basis. The screen you are reading this article on uses additive color to generate all the colors you see, while the book you are reading uses subtractive color for its front cover. In simple terms, anything that emits light, such as the sun, a screen, a projector, etc., uses additive, while everything else which instead reflects light uses subtractive color. Additive. Additive color is based on red, green, and blue, RGB for short. Additive color works with anything that emits or radiates light. The mixture of different wavelengths of light creates different colors, and the more light you add, the brighter and lighter the color becomes. When using additive color, we tend to consider the building block primary colors to be red, green, and blue RGB. And this is the basis for all the color you use on screen. In additive color, white is the combination of color while black is the absence of color. Subtractive. Subtractive color, like additive, has three primary colors cyan, magenta, and yellow. CMY. In subtractive color, white is the absence of color while black is the combination of color, but it's an imperfect system. The pigments we have available to use don't fully absorb light, preventing reflected color wavelengths. So we have to add a fourth compensating pigment to account for this limitation. We call this key hence CMYK, but essentially it's black. Without this additional pigment, the closest to black we would be able to render in print would be a muddy brown. The three components parts that helps us define a color are hue, saturation and brightness. Hue. This is the position on the color wheel and represents the base color itself. This is typically referred to in degrees around the color wheel. So, a yellow color will appear between 50 and 60 degrees, with the perfect yellow appearing at 56 degrees. Green, meanwhile, appears at 120 degrees on the wheel, and so on. Saturation. This is a representation of how saturated or rich a color is. Low saturation results in less overall color, eventually becoming a shade of gray when fully desaturated. Saturation is normally referred to as a percentage between 0 and 100%. Tint. Tint is a color term commonly used by painters. A tint is a mixing result of an original color to which has been added white. If you tinted a color, you have been adding white to the original. Value: the level of luminosity, lightness, or darkness of a color, shade, tone, tint. Brightness: lightness defines a range from dark 0% to fully illuminated 100%. Any original hue has the average lightness level of 50%. The HSB model or HSL slash HSV. This color model is based on RGB but is better suited to artists and designers. Each color is described as a combination of hue, saturation, and brightness values, which allows for quick and intuitive color choices. For example, in HSB model, making an orange color brighter or darker is a matter of playing with the brightness slider. In RGB model, we would have to move around all sliders to find a darker tone of the same color with no clear idea on what you need to do. Primary colors, typically red, yellow, and blue. Secondary colors, green, orange, and purple hues created by mixing primary colors. Tertiary colors, further color hues you get by mixing a primary color with a secondary color. They are usually named with two words: blue green, red violet, yellow orange. But why is this useful? The color wheel helps you quickly grasp how colors relate to each other and which combination works best through color wheel harmonies. Basic color harmonies: monochromatic, one color in many shades; complementary, colors directly across; analogs, few colors close to each other; triad, colors forming a triangle. Harmonies are created by picking colors from the wheel according to predefined schemes such as analogs, complementary, or triad. These combinations always look balanced, natural, and eye pleasing, just as certain note harmonies in music. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.